Hello and welcome to the Daily Doughnut. My name's Tom and I'm continuing our series called Deep Questions. Yesterday we looked at the question, how can there be a God when bad things happen? And today I'm going to look at the question, can we know what happens when we die? What's your first memory of death? Now, I have had to deal with death over the course of my lifetime, but perhaps not quite as much as some. I remember as a small child the kind of thought coming into my head about death, and I just couldn't comprehend the whole idea of it. And I remember crying loads and not wanting to go to sleep because I just didn't know what was going to happen. If death was a natural thing or something that is supposed to happen, I think we would all be fine with death happening around us. I mean, think about it. Since you were born, you've seen life all around you, yet you've also seen death. And we still find death of loved ones hard to handle. And I think and believe that that's something about the way that God has made us, that death isn't the way things are supposed to be. That wasn't in the original plan. Now, can we know what happens when we die? Firstly, I want to open up by saying this verse from 1 Timothy in the Bible that says, God desires all people to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. So just to start it off, can we know what happens when we die? God desires you and me to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. So I'm going to open up the Bible a little bit and I'm going to share 3 Bible verses or parts of the Bible that help me to know what's going to happen when I die. So the first one is John chapter 3, and I'm going to read verses 16, 17 and 36. So this is what it says. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. And then verse 36 says, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them. So that first bit, Jesus came to save you and me so that we can know what happens when we die, so that we can have eternal life. The second bit I wanted to read was John chapter 11. You might as well just go and read the whole of John. It's brilliant. I recommend it for everyone. But this is John chapter 11, verses 25 and 26. This is shortly after Jesus has raised someone from the dead, not your average Wednesday. So Jesus says to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? So after raising someone from the dead, Jesus says he is the resurrection and the life, and in believing in him, though we die in our physical bodies, our souls will never die. That's amazing. And then lastly, John chapter 14, and this is shortly before Jesus goes and gets crucified. He says to his disciples, the people that he'd done his kind of ministry or life with, he said, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. And then Thomas, which is also my name, says to him, Lord, we don't know where you're going, so how can we know the way? And then Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So we can know that God has prepared a room for each of us should we believe in Jesus. So can we know what happens when we die? Yeah, by faith in Jesus. Where does that faith come from? It's a gift from God. It's not forced, it's not to be earned. It's by trusting in God and believing in Jesus. So can we know what happens when we die? Yeah. All I know is that we will be with God, there will be no more suffering, and we'll be able to enjoy all that he has for us. If you've got any more questions on this particular subject, send us an email and we'd love to chat to you. Thanks again. Bye.